Hey all you witches and beautiful spiritualists, it's me, Prosperity Witch Ellie, and today I got an interesting video for you. It's going to be a little different than most, if not all of my other content. Today we are going to be baking a apple pie. So in preparation for the pie, it's a 2-day recipe. I'm not sure if I'm going to go step by step and show y'all, just because I've never done anything like this before. But premise, making apple pie for the fall equinox, the autumn equinox. I gotta go to Costco to get the ingredients. I still need apples for the pie. I still need pie crust. Normally the recipe that I do, you make the pie crust. Like everything about this pie is normally made from scratch, but every single year, I've been working on this recipe for about 5 or so years now, and every single year the crust just doesn't crust. So I'm gonna take the shortcut route. I'm gonna buy pie crust from the store and just go about it that way. But yeah, figured I'd take y'all with me, figured we'd chit chat as I make this pie, give y'all a little bit of witchy insight into what's going on and everything. So let's get right into it, shall we? Let's go. Hello, it is the next day. I am actually gonna work on the pie today. Costco was a bust. I got my apples, but Costco was a bust for everything else. So I'm at Walmart. Anyway, getting the pie dish, the pie crust, and 1 or 2 minor ingredients, and then we'll be good. Okay, so I got my apples from the store, from Walmart, and as y'all can see, I have my peeler, I have my core remover thingy, the bag of apples is in front of me, and my pie dish right here. I am ready. So the first step we gotta do is peel the apples, duh. And I have a lot of apples to peel. So that's one of the reasons why this is a 2-day recipe, by the way, aside from what you have to do in future steps. But before I begin peeling the apples, slicing them up, and officially start the recipe, I wanted to let y'all know that the reason why I love making an apple pie during the fall is because apples, especially around the fall season, are, in my opinion, from various cultures anyways, they are the fruit of knowledge. They are the fruit that brings out hidden wisdom, inner truths, things of that nature. And being that the fall is when the spirits come out to play, if you will, in my opinion, it's a good time for divination. It's a good time for unlocking hidden truths and things like that, right? Apples are also really good for prosperity and protection. So this pie, I'm going to be making it with the intent to use it as a spell to bring an abundance of hidden truths and protection to me and those that consume it. That way we can go into the fall season, and even more so go into the winter season after this fall, with all of the knowledge that we have, with all the protection that we need, and continue on having a good rest of the year. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna peel the apples, get them ready to slice, and show y'all the next step. So let's go. Whew. Okay, got them all peeled. Now it's time to cut them. I will admit I lost one finger, but hey, you're not really doing a good project if your literal blood, sweat, and tears doesn't go into it. So it's fine. I cleaned the apples. We're all good. They're all good. Anyway, next step, to peel said apples. And there we go. They're all chopped and sliced and peeled, ready for the next part, which is essentially giving them a little bit of a bath of sorts. All right, and for the little marinade, the little bath, whatever you want to call it, we're going to need 1 full cup of brown sugar, juice from a whole lemon. Hell yeah. Next, you'll need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and nutmeg. I couldn't find my teaspoon one, so I'm just gonna have to do the math and do the conversions. Either way. Alright, and once you have all of the dry ingredients, lemon juice and the brown sugar and everything in there, just mix it all up to the best of your ability. Try to coat each and every apple slice, make sure it's all even all over the place. That's why I like using my hands for this, to really kind of make sure each apple slice is coated and covered. Essentially what you're going to do is create this kind of brown liquidy mush that you see right there kind of forming. And all that really is doing is it's pulling the moisture from the apples, taking away all the moisture from the apples and kind of letting it collectively pool at the bottom of the bowl or whatever you're using. This is important because that is what's going to essentially become our jelly for the filling of the pie. So yeah, like I said, essentially that's going to become our jelly filling. So what you want to do next is you're going to cover the bowl that you put the apples in and, you know, the liquid and all that jazz in, and kind of just either leave it in the fridge or leave it on your counter overnight. I put mine in the fridge just for safety because I got animals and I never really know what they're gonna do. But yeah, essentially that is day one of this apple pie recipe. Tomorrow we're gonna be working on the crust and finishing the filling and actually baking it. So see y'all in 1 second for you and a whole day for me. Good morning. So it's the next day, obviously. So typically on day 2, I will focus on making the crust. However, because I've had such a long couple of weeks already and I kind of just really wanted to get this pie in my mouth as a little sense of, oh, something that I finally can just relax and enjoy, I went ahead and bought store-bought crust. But if you're interested in how to make the crust, because that is a genuine part of this recipe, like I said earlier in the video, I will have the full recipe step-by-step available as a $5 purchase in my Patreon. Go check it out. But for the most part, it's just combining eggs, flour, and water and making it into a dough. And the next step is to officially finish the filling. So the apples that we worked on yesterday and put in the fridge and basically created like a liquid marinade of sorts, if you will. We're going to take that out of the fridge, we're going to put it on the stove and create a jelly-like substance from the liquid. And to do this process, essentially you're going to be combining the liquid that we got from the apples with maple syrup, cornstarch, and water, and stirring it occasionally on the stove while it's gently being heated until it turns into a jelly substance. So before I go any further, I just wanted to let y'all know that this step is probably the longest because you really gotta wait for that to become a really nice and thick jelly-like consistency. As of right now, you can see it kind of on my spoon. It's getting there, but it's still very liquidy. That's okay. That's okay. I got literally all day, so I don't care. Okay, so it's a little bit later, and it looks like it is as thick as it's going to get. I even added just a tad more cornstarch to really thicken it. So that being said, all I gotta do now, take it off, melt in some butter, and go from there. Alright, and once that is completed, we're going to be working on the crumble topping. Now this is honestly kind of another little hands-on messy kind of step in making the pie, but that's okay. That's what this pie is all about, right? Getting our hands dirty, getting it messy, but also by the end of it, enjoying it. And all you need to do to create the crumble topping is mix all the crumble ingredients together, pinching with your fingers until it makes a coarse, crumbly-like texture. And finally, that is essentially the steps in making each part of the pie. So all we gotta do now is combine everything that we've done and bake it. To do so, just spread the apples evenly into the prepared crust, whether you made it yourself or did like me and got store-bought. Then you're gonna pour the jelly mixture over the apples. Make sure to coat each apple as best as you can. Pour the crumble mixture over everything because that essentially is your top layer, and it's honestly the most delicious layer in my opinion. Then you're gonna pop it in the oven at 400 for about 45 minutes, give or take, just, you know, monitor it. And specifically for the crumble topping, if you chose to do that, you're gonna want to cover the top with foil for at least the first 30 minutes. And once you do all of that, your pie should be perfectly well baked and good, so take it out of the oven, let it cool for a little bit, and enjoy. Alright, so now that we have my apple pie in the oven, we just gotta wait about 35 to 40 minutes, specifically for the crumble to cook, so that way that doesn't burn. And then after that, about an extra 15 minutes for the whole pie to actually be done cooking. Now, what I love about making this recipe during the fall season, what I love about kitchen witchery overall, actually, is just that how easy it can be and how fun it can be. I forgot how fun making this pie was until I started doing it. Like, I'm talking about getting my hands dirty, really putting myself into the recipe and just going for it. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is with pie specifically, or anything that has like a dough or a crust, the other cool witchy thing you can do is you can engrave little tiny sigils into your cooking to really boost what that spell, what that recipe is for. And for example, this pie is all about hidden knowledge, prosperity, and protection, right? I may or may not, most likely, more than definitely have put a few sigils into the crust to represent those aspects while this pie bakes. So while I'm letting that finish, I will get back to you guys with the finished product, and yeah, so 1 second. Alright, here's the finished product. So, aside from the weird 2 strands of crust, we're gonna pretend that was intentional. I was trying to be artsy, okay? I was trying to be artsy, didn't work out. But, either way, this is my apple pie that I make every fall season. Well, it's not my apple pie, I actually got the recipe from someone else, but in a way, it's been mine because I do something different to it every year, trying to spice it up, trying to change it up, and just make it fun for me. This year, like I said, the new thing, the different thing, was the store-bought crust, so I'll take a bite, I'll let y'all know how it tastes, if I'll do it again. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this video inspired y'all to bake something of your own dish for the fall season, and I'm gonna go, so if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below anything and everything to do with fall, dishes you like, baking, cooking, anything like that. Share and subscribe for more in the future, and as always, y'all, make wise choices and make delicious apple pies, why not? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.